Are you conservative? Most Americans are, but many don't realize it. The name conservative does not equate to any specific political party or group. A person with conservative leanings can be found in almost any political organization in America. Conservatives are, however, rarely found in the Democratic Party as it exists today, and are more commonly found in the Republican Party. So what is a conservative? The American Heritage Dictionary defines conservative as tending to favor the preservation of the existing order and to regard proposals for change with distrust. Moderate, prudent, cautious, traditional in manner or style, not showy, tending to conserve. What makes conservatism completely different from liberalism, statism, and other leftist belief systems is that conservatism has no ideology in the sense of a utopian ideal and a master plan for achieving that utopia. The conservative believes that all humans are imperfect, that the people make the state and not the other way around, and that the state cannot remake the people into its own ideal of perfectionism. The conservative views such utopian philosophies as recipes for unmitigated economic and political disaster and human suffering. Examples of utopian belief systems rejected by conservatives include those of Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, Mao Zedong, Fidel Castro, Kim Il-jong, and Hugo Chavez, to name a few. Conservatism is, in other words, an attitude and not a dogma. There are many different types of conservatism and many types of conservatives. Unlike most ideologies on the left, conservatism does not demand strict adherence to a rigid doctrine. Conservatism is, rather, a way of life and an approach to life's challenges. It is for this reason that conservatives come from all sorts of backgrounds, and no two are identical in their personal beliefs. But what in fact do conservatives believe in? It's hard to pin down with any exactitude, but conservatives generally share the following attitudes and beliefs. A strong and enduring sense of patriotism, a preference for liberty over equality, for voluntary community over forced collectivism, and for individualism over conformity. The conservative agrees with Alexis de Tocqueville, who said, "Democracy and socialism have nothing in common but one word, equality. But notice the difference. While democracy seeks equality and liberty, socialism seeks equality in restraint and servitude." A belief in established institutions and ways of life. Conservatives believe that tradition draws on the wisdom and experience of many generations and the test of time, as opposed to, quote, reason, unquote, which may be no more than a mask for the preferences of one person or a group of persons. A healthy skepticism about progress and change, while embracing both when shown to be prudent and necessary. A belief in free markets. Conservatives strongly support the right of property. Conservatives believe in free markets, with government intervention limited to the minimum necessary to ensure the economic liberty of the people to engage in commerce within those markets. A conservative believes in the Constitution as it is written, which protects free speech, freedom of religion, the right to petition the government for redress of grievances, the right to keep and bear arms, and generally the right to be left alone and remain free from government interference in one's private life. Conservatives believe in free speech as a necessary prerequisite to a free economy and freedom from government oppression. A conservative believes in small, limited government at every level. Conservatives believe that government power and authority is best created and exercised at the lowest practical level. A conservative believes in limited government, with all power in the government derived from the consent of the governed, with a constitution approved by the people setting firewalls beyond which the government may not lawfully venture. A conservative has a deep suspicion of the power of the state. A conservative believes that the government is the servant of the people and that people are not, quote, subjects, unquote, of the government. A conservative is always resistant to increases in government power. A conservative believes strongly in individual responsibility. That is, that a person or family should be self-sufficient, taking care of itself and turn for help to the government only after all other means have been exhausted. The conservative believes that the civil society, before the government, has a duty to take care of its people, and government should only be a resource of last resort. A belief in government fiscal responsibility. A conservative believes that taxes should be levied solely for the purpose of financing those limited responsibilities of government authorized by the Constitution, such as providing for the common defense, protecting the citizenry against crime, minting money, building and maintaining public roads, and that taxes should not be levied for the purpose of redistributing wealth. This is just a brief overview of what conservatism is, but it suffices to make the point. If you agree with any of these principles and beliefs, you may be a conservative, and you are encouraged to learn more about conservatism and to join the movement to restore the conservative values and beliefs that made America a great nation.